Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Commissar on my new channel, back for a second game between ThorZain, our blue Terran player spawning in the top right hand side of Shakura's Plateau, and his opponent is none other than Ganzi. Okay, so jumping in straight into this match, you will notice from last game that Ganzi is at an advantage. What does that advantage mean? It's 1-0. So basically, if ThorZain loses this game, you'll see the victor of this best of 3 series being Ganzi. We'll have to wait and see if that is the case. Okay, so this game, you will see an odd rally there. Supply Depot rallying it separately. Very, very efficient play by Ganzi from the get-go. And yeah, Ganzi, its cross positions here, it's a mirror matchup. There's not going to be an advantage for either player. If they do go for the same kind of playstyles that they went for last game, Shakura does it allow for drop play? Yes. Does it allow for tank play? Yes. I mean, the middle of the map, a Terran player cannot really shut it down too effectively. It's a big area with a bunch of siege tanks. Really, I guess it would favor a more mobile army in general. It isn't, like, the middle area isn't the biggest, but with the medevacs, you mean, say, a bioball can move around the top, can move around the bottom, can do elevators. I'd say it would be pretty good for a mobile player. And ThorZain perhaps is going to go for a mobile build yet again. This game will see ThorZain going for an early gas, unlike last game, not going for that super fast command center, and a similar timing coming out for Ganzi. Very, very regular play here. The gas of Ganzi being significantly earlier though than ThorZain's, getting about 50 gas before ThorZain's, I think, more standard timing. So anyway, we do see the first scout of ThorZain moving out across the map. It will be an earlier scout than whatever Ganzi does indeed get. Not too important, as what is there to see? Evidently not something which Ganzi wants to hide, as he is not walling off. ThorZain, he's walled off, he's going to deny scouting. Meanwhile, Ganzi, of course, is just going to sit back, let everything be seen. And we'll have to wait and see what ThorZain does to react. Will he not expand quickly because he sees a gas? Well, he doesn't have a gas anyway, so that's probably the case regardless. But we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so we do indeed see a factory coming down for Ganzi, looking in the base of ThorZain. He is about to get a factory. I think he's just hit 100 gas, about to hit 150 minerals as well, and the factory should be coming down any second now. And I believe that SCV is here for this purpose, and there it goes. So this is going to be a slightly earlier factory for Ganzi as well. Not important. Why do I say this? Because moving across the map, you're going to lose any time advantage that you gained from having an earlier factory. So really, if they go for a completely identical build, but with Ganzi having an earlier factory, what does it mean? It means Ganzi sacrifices some early minerals, some early economy, for a faster timing on a starport, a Banshee it looks like, and oh, we are going to see big differences here, as a reactor is going up to ThorZain, so it looks like we're going to see Hellions against Banshees here, and this could just be a build or a win for Ganzi straight out. It's just a Banshee rush. Looking at ThorZain's camera, what does he see? He sees, okay, he sees a tech lab and he sees a factory. He sees the second gas as well. So he knows, okay, the second gas is a lot earlier than mine. He knows, okay, the starport is possibly going to come onto that tech lab because he sees a tech lab and a factory. That suggests perhaps tanks. But with the secondary gas, I don't know. He knows that Banshees are a possibility, surely. And he is, though, expanding. We'll have to wait and see if a Viking comes out or a medevac straight away. As a Viking would basically mean safety, a medevac could perhaps mean his death, as we do see a very, very low marine count, only 5 on the field right now. And if there's something which Blizzard has taught us, a properly microed Banshee can kill about as many marines as you like. Hence their custom game, their micro challenger one, I forget what it's called. Although we are going to see a Viking come out, yes, we are going to see the Viking come out for ThorZain. He knows exactly what is up with that early gas timings. Importantly, he can also click on the gas guys and say, okay, I know how much gas he's mined at that point. So he knew that the timing of the gas was early for Ganzi. And what's important to note for Ganzi is that I believe he's aware that he's not going to succeed if he goes all in with the cloak. So he has only made a single Banshee, so it's not an all-in push, there's no cloak, it's not the biggest commitment in the world, and I'll have to wait and see how much this Banshee can do, but against a Viking already in position, It should not do much at all. Although, where is ThorZain going? That's going to cost him probably an SCV, which he did not have to lose. We're going to see 1, 2, 3 SCVs, 4 SCVs are going to fall, and then the gift does indeed fall as well. But the the Banshee being cleaned up is going to leave, I'd say that would favor ThorZain slightly. It's basically a gas for minerals trade. The war workers dying, it's a pretty even trade overall, considering that there was no cloak. Was there cloak? Ganzi would be pretty stuffed right now. There wasn't cloak, so as a result, it's still a pretty even game. The big thing to note though is the expansion is done for ThorZain, so provided he does not take too much damage from this big push coming out across the map, he should be well ahead this game. We do indeed see the Viking is going to... Where is that Viking going? I can't find the Viking. That's not important. What is important is what is in position to deal with this attack. You will see that the Viking is still up here with the Raven, waiting for cloaked Banshees. That's going to hurt ThorZain, to be honest, because he's not going to be expecting siege tanks. And these two Marines that may see everything they need to know, we'll have to wait and see. This tower, though, does not split the lower tower. So that's an important thing to note, as yes, the tower is taken, but so what? ThorZain doesn't know about the tanks yet. All he knows about is a big ball of Marines. That doesn't tell him too much other than that Ganzi is denying scouting. Having no knowledge of the tanks is going to be crucial here, as we do see no tanks out yet for ThorZain, about to be one, but there will be no siege mode here. We do see Ganzi with 2 tanks with siege mode with medevac support, about to be 3 tanks, and those 3 tanks could crush this army so quickly. A couple of correctly placed siege tank shots could potentially destroy everything. And with siege mode nowhere near done for ThorZain, this could be so crucial. The Raven is nowhere near to support either. The Raven probably can't contribute too much, to be honest, anyway. And it is indeed moving out across the map at a horrible timing. A ton of SCVs are going down here, and oh my god, Ganzi dealing so much damage rather. And the tanks are now sieged up on the loader and going to kill a couple more Marines perhaps. There's the scan, there die the Marines, and oh my god, so many of them are dead now. ThorZain is just going to probably just die here. He is so far behind on supply now. The expansion of Ganzi is not even started yet. I believe, no, it hasn't started, but it doesn't need to start. Because look, there goes the tech lab. No siege mode will be done this game for ThorZain whatsoever. That sniper's perhaps the end of the game. And here we do see the Raven going in, doing nothing other than an auto turret going down. Only one of them too. And while it looks like the army of Ganzi will just about be cleaned up, it may even survive here. And everything at ThorZain was committed to that attack. All of his SCVs are now dead. All of his supplies and a couple of remaining units. And sure, he's going to clean up in the end, but at what cost? At the cost of everything in his main, his ability to mine, his ability to macro. Basically, he has to go all in on an attack without siege mode, without very much production going on in his base whatsoever. And having 2 orbitals is going to help to get mules, yes. Income is actually going to be not too horrible for ThorZain on mules, not the best either. On minerals, that is. His gas income is nothing though, and yeah, you can see what happens on the GG. He sees that his opponent still has units, and he GGs instantly, knowing that he cannot win. So that is ThorZain losing the series. That is him losing the series indeed, and yeah. So Ganzi is going to beat ThorZain today. So it is indeed the Watchtower as soon as the Watchtower sees it, it's game over. Well played by Ganzi in the end, I suppose. And the key thing in this game was that ThorZain saw what was happening, and Ganzi was metagaming him. This game is an example of how metagaming can win you games. Why? Ganzi is deliberately allowing the scout to enter his base, otherwise he would have walled off at the start, like ThorZain did. ThorZain sees early gas, early tech lab. It's going to be Banshees, right? So he assumes cloaked Banshees. But if you think about it, why would your opponent not wall off if they're going cloaked Banshees? That doesn't make sense, right? So ThorZain perhaps wasn't thinking as clearly about all situations that were possible. Perhaps should have maybe dropped a scan in at the 8-minute mark or so to see what was going on. It's hard to know. What's important to note is that Ganzi just executed a brilliant strategy, a brilliant piece of metagaming, and really the Banshee player, more so than anything, it's a best of 3. If you fail, your opponent doesn't know what to expect next game. They might be scared of Banshees killing them, knocking them out of a tournament again in another game. It's messy. It messes with the mind of ThorZain, it messes with his player, and in the end, having Ravens and Vikings out was not going to help against the siege tanks. Hence, Ganzi basically just rolled over ThorZain. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the series today. I hope you enjoy my casting. Expect some League of Legends play from me. Expect some ladder games, but not tomorrow. Possibly Wednesday. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to note. Yep. Enjoy for the time being, and thanks for subscribing to the new channel.